Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel and the return of the World Class Championship Wrestling Review Series. We are into May, specifically the 14th of May of 1983, and we are going to go through the remainder of 1983 in the next couple of episodes, or the remainder of May of 1983 in the next couple of episodes. We have the entire, or most of the entire year of 1982, except for the missing episodes, and we're going to go through the entire run. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment below if you enjoy the series. We are going to do other territories as well. We're getting through World Class first. Relatively, I guess you would say, a non-committal program here. It does seem that every few weeks, maybe every 4 to 6 weeks, there's a truly skippable show. And that's what this seems to be. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin against Mike Bond. Bond, a enhancement talent, maybe one step above, but in a territory days a little bit different than that. We are greeted with the golden jacket of Jimmy Garvin. Garvin, who is a former Texas champion at this point, mainstay in Florida before coming to Texas, among other things. Has a very basic match with Bond, very punch kick based. Garvin, though, a really entertaining guy, has been feuding with the Von Erichs, specifically mostly David and Kevin, primarily David over the American Championship, among other championships, and they give this match about, eight or so minutes. Nothing to write home about. Not a bad match, but also not anything terribly wonderful. Clothesline tackle is your finish. It comes out of nowhere and is kind of odd. We then go to, now get this, Tea Time with Chris Adams. There is a sit-down interview. Adams talks about being an international star, talks about being a champion in other territories, talks about not being that familiar with the Von Erichs, wanting to get even with the Mongol and other things. Von Erich, who at the Adams at the time, who really goes on to become over the next several months and years a mainstay in Texas, and the trainer of Stone Cold Steve Austin about 6 or 7 years later. But here he moves into a match with a passing through Paul Vachon, Butcher Paul Vachon. Vachon, mostly known for AWA work and the like. But anyway, very basic match again here. Much more wrestling based than an average Vachon match. Again, Chris Adams, I almost said Chris Von Erich, but there is one of those, but he doesn't come till much, much later, several years down the road. Adams is a guy who, for the time, is a leader. We do see a clash of styles here. However, there's proof that the clash of styles can work in the right circumstances. Lots of wrestling and counter-wrestling by Adams, more power moves by Vachon. Vachon probably outweighs him by at least, 40, 50 pounds, if not more. But it does not deter the match. Second rope cross body by Adams. Adams also hits a super kick and a bunch of other things, including a dive over the ropes and through the ropes here. Again, Adams certainly shows that he is not a guy who wants to take a loss and doesn't here. He hits a big body slam on a guy that is significantly larger than him. He also is, at this point, lean. He does grow in muscular size, perhaps steroids, working out, combination of both, who knows. Use of an enziguri for the first time. The enziguri actually connecting with the front of the face versus behind the ear here. Winning the match with the enziguri is actually a bit of a surprise. We then go to a match that certainly is a clash of styles. Jose Lothario versus Kamala. Kamala has been untouchable in the area, and this match doesn't change that. Obviously, more of a brawling style than any of the matches on this program thus far. And Skandor Akbar very happy with his investment in Kamala, who still has the multicolored nose paint, which I don't ever remember him having elsewhere. Maybe I need to go back and look at him elsewhere, but I don't ever remember him being multicolored in other territories. Maybe it's there and I never noticed. Anyway, very, very basic match, punch, kick, strike based. Kamala does go a bit nuts. The official loses control of the match. The match stopped due to the loss of control, disqualification at hand. Akbar has to come in and try to calm his man down, which doesn't go very well. Buddy Roberts, the I guess heater of the Freebirds, is up next with Iceman King Parsons. Parsons moved into what I would definitely say is a semi-main event area, if not a main event area. Several drop kicks by Parsons. Parsons, a beautiful athlete at this time in 1983, and I actually didn't see him for the first time in footage probably until matches from 85, 86. So I did not know until doing this series that he was there that far back. Very basic wrestling match, continuing to grab the headlock, roll through in pins, that sort of thing. There is a lot of tendency towards the hair of both men, I don't know if this is the match because I've watched up all the way through the beginning of June, but there is a match where Parsons does cut a bit of Buddy's hair, which doesn't end well. I know later before the Freebirds leave, there is the use of a need for a wig for Buddy Roberts eventually, and there is there is kind of a bit of a back off of Michael Hayes. Hayes is not impressed with anything, and he does interfere in the contest. Parsons does gain the victory before the interference happens. Freebirds jumping Parsons, and there is a really strong, super strong battle of strikes near the end of the contest. Parsons actually almost gets dropped on a body slam, oddly enough. Buddy goes out to the top rope and gets launched the body slam from the top rope style of maneuver. And we move into the close of the match, which does see a disqualification victory because of the influence of the Freebirds. So that is and then they lay Parsons out. That is your May 14th edition of World Class Championship Wrestling for the year 1983. We'll be back with more action right after this.